Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video on Oracle Apex, and today we are going to discuss about text field. Text field is an input item available on your pages, and this you can use to collect data from the user, right? So it will have different properties, and we will be discussing maximum all our properties which can affect your data entry, look and feel, authentication, authorization, everything. I mean, what exactly you can do at a text field level. Okay, so let's have a demo to understand these properties. So this is my Oracle Apex page. Just I created, randomly with few items on it. And if you see here, if I click in this, so I have this prompt, I am text field, and then we have a text enter with love. You can have, let's say, for example, field names and etc. Why you need such text, especially when you are working on mobile apps. So in that space is really important. I mean, you have to cover or add more fields in very less space. So you might not add this prompt on the top or title or this I am text field. So what you will add, you will provide the required data to be entered in that field like this, enter with love, or let's say you can say first name or last name or whatsoever. Then we will be discussing different properties, and let's say for example, see this one. So when I'm clicking it, we are getting this icon as well as the color as well. How we can achieve this, we will be discussing this. So let's say for example, why this name is coming here, how we are getting it, right? And then we have these short quick links, quick picks, it is called. So let's say for example, instead of typing, I will just click this, right, like that. Then we have this help, you see here down in line, so it will appear when this item is there. And at the same time, if you have this help on the right, when you will click, it will show you a pop-up. So for more detailed help, you can use this one, this option. I just enabled both, so just to show you how it is. So now we will be discussing the properties. This is a region I just created, a region still I haven't assigned. I wanted to show you if we will assign a text item to a region, there are certain changes or certain properties which will be enabled or disabled. So I just created this region for this purpose only. Okay, so let me first go to the text item as a page item. When you will click this on the right side, you can have this one. So if you see here, these are the helps. These are the items which we created and how they are displaying on the page. So the very first property is name. How name is created. So this first P is page, P for page. 27 is your page number. And you can see here page 27. So this is page 27 of your application. So later when you will have to assign or take any value from this item, you will be giving this with a column like this, right? Not here, but when you will be referring somewhere else, this item you will have to use this. So I'm removing at the time. And next is a type text field. There are other types as well, but we will be discussing today in this session only text field, because this is mostly used text item as a page item. Okay, our next is label. Label is, which is the prompt. This one on the top, if you see here, that is the label. Then we have settings. In the settings, we have subtype. Actually, this is text field, right? But within text field, they are having subtypes. You can mark it email, phone number, search, URL. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can change and you can try. Trim spaces. In trim spaces, you have these options, 4 options: leading, trailing, leading and trailing, and none. What is leading and trailing and all this? So let's say, for example, I'm just giving you this example. This is a page, label, page item label. And if there is a space at the end, right? This is trailing space that is coming after text got ended, right? And at the start, that is leading, right? And leading and trailing will be both. Okay. So this is especially when you are copying from somewhere. So that is just for the accuracy of the data. So it shouldn't be. So for example, if you are copying from Excel, it is taking some space or something like that, which you can't see, and it will remove, because later you will be in trouble when you are searching that data. Okay. Next is submit when enter pressed. Okay. Now why it is required and why it is important. That means, especially when you are entering parameters, let's say, for example, you have to run some query in a region. For example, you have a report, interactive report or interactive grid or whatsoever, and you have parameters on the top. You don't want to give another button to refresh or submit. So you want to say, okay, I have entered. When I will press enter, it should submit the page, right? How? Let me show you. This is my first item, right? Let us have this. I have enabled it. Save. Okay. And at the moment, I haven't refreshed yet. If I press enter, nothing is happening, right? Now let me refresh it. Okay. Remember this dialog, why it is appearing. I'm just refreshing it. It is saying reload site. Changes that you made may not be saved. In few pages, you need it. Data entry of, for example. But for example, you have a page where you are just running the report. You don't need it. And we will be disabling this as well. I will show you how to disable this property. You might not need this. Okay, let me refresh and reload. So now this item, the first item, when I'm entering it, let's say test, if I will press enter key, it should submit the page, right? It is submitted. Okay, so this is when you are having parameters on the top and reports, mm, and you have to submit the page with the enter key. Okay, so let me remove it at the moment. Disabled. So when it is disabled, you can disable it. Send on page submit. Okay, so all these settings you can check. And let me go to the layout. Sequence 20. So this sequence is 20. This might be 30. Let me show you. This is 30, right? So this is sequence in which they are appearing. You can change the sequence by changing this value as well. Region. This is the region which I was talking about. So let me select this region. This. See, now this slot also got changed because this slot is different in the region as compared to no parent. See here, these are different because now it is on the whole page. I mean, at the page level, but here it got inside the region, right? So you can select this one. Sort order, region body, previous, next. This is normally used for buttons. Okay. So this is now inside. Let me show you in the region how it will be. Move to inside. It moved inside the region. See, this is my region. I'm not discussing about the properties of the region that in this session, but just only these items, right? So if you see here, I can't do anything here because we had disabled it, right? I have enabled it again. Okay, now next is in the same, this is sequence region slot. Slot is where you want to show it. So if you see here, this is region body, right? So this is region and this is body of the region, right? Let me change it somewhere else and make it sort order. Normally, these will be in the body because it's a text field, just to show you. No, see, it is not moving to the sort order. Okay, let me, because this is for buttons. So again, let me move back to this. Okay, white. And now it is enabled, right? We had enabled it. Okay, next is start new row. You will be frequently using this. Start new row. Why? For example, uh, let us take these two items. Now, these two items, this is first row, for example, this is second row. We want to bring this to the same row where this field is there. So half this will show and half this will show. Or maybe we want to move this as well in the, so the three items will be in the same row, right? Let me assign this to region so they will be together, right? Data region. And this I am going to change it. Start next row, no. See, it got moved to the same row where text item 1 was there. So let us refresh now. See, this one. At the moment, we are not discussing why so lengthy text items are there, or there are any other options. We will see those properties as well. Okay, so this is also updated. Now let me click the first item. We were here, this one, right? Start new row. Done. Because this is first item, it is just showing that it is start new row is like an enter key. When you type any text to move to next line, you press an enter key. So this is you are enabling disable that enter key. Very simple example. These are CSS as at the row level if you want. Column and column span, what it is. If you see here, the screen or your page is divided into 12 columns. So this screen, if we draw the lines like Excel, these are 12 columns. Means we can show in each column one text item. So there will be in one row maximum 12 items, text items, right? Or anything, any type, because we have maximum 12 columns. Now, since we have setting of automatic, automatic means the first available column, the first available column. Like this was automatic. So now if we have 12, that means 6 columns are with this text item and 6 with this. So total 12, right? If I move this item in front of this, that means this will become 4 columns, this will become 4 columns, this will become 4 columns by when they will be in the same row. Let us move for understanding. So here I have this parent and now I'm moving this. Okay, let me show you. It will not be in the same row at the moment because see, this is next line, right? This is first row, this is second. I want to move it. This you can drag from here as well, but I prefer to just change the properties. It is something like this. You can change. It's a bit difficult. I don't. It's like this, right? And it changed. It just changed this property actually. Nothing else. Okay, and see now 4 columns, 4 columns, 4 columns, 12 columns total, right? Now, for example, this text item, or maybe let me create another text item, right? Create page item, right? When you click create page item, the first by default will be a text field or text item itself, right? So this is a text item, and let me change column. Let me say column 8 to, or maybe not 8, column 11 to 12. I will make settings, right? Let's see what it will do. And down column 2, and column span how many? 2, because now 2 are remaining only, so it will give 2. So now this space is reserved for this item, if you see here. Okay, see. So if these were 4, so from 11 to 12, so this became like this on the right side. So this is another way to manage these locations or where you want to show them. Okay, now let me again click to the first item, and we will move to next property. Um, Here, this we have covered. These are the CSS. I will cover in another uh, time, or maybe next. And this is column attributes. Column attributes are sort of, you are assigning another identification. How? Let's say, for example, these are text items, right? Maybe first name, last name, this, that. So there are 10 items. But you want to distinguish 3 items with a different name or identification or class. So you can assign some CSS or something like that. So you will be giving that custom attributes here. If I will show you, see here, column attributes. Class is equal to gray column. What you will do, that you will be assigning this class gray column as a column attribute. So let's say, for example, to 3 items. Now this gray column, let me take this one, copy. Let me show you how I referred it. Go to the page properties and go to the inline CSS. If you see here, this is column, gray column. In Apex, it is not there, but since we have assigned column attributes, so now we are referring it, and then we have this background color and center and etc. Okay, so this is how it is. Next is where we are. Appearance. This is important topic or properties. Template. There are certain templates available, hidden, optional above, optional floating. I will show you what is floating and what is just above. Required above, required floating. So if you have seen required or mandatory columns or fields, you will assign these required properties or in the template, and to the optional, you will be assigning these optional. Now, each 3 having different settings, and hidden, it will not show. Let's try, right? So now, if you see here, this is our item first one, right? So I'm going to assign the first item hidden. Let's see. Because until you will not see, you will not understand, or you will not remember things. See how it became? No title, nothing, hidden, and it is small. Okay, see here? As compared to this, now how much space it is taking. So next, To the next item, this is my second item, I'm going to assign something different. I will say optional, only optional. Just remember, only optional I'm assigning, right? Now refresh. This is only optional. See now, title is there before the field or entry field, and then you have very small, smart text field, right? Then to the third one, left side, I'm clicking this one, the third item, and then in the properties, above, optional, but above. It will be optional, but above this one. See, the prompt or title is on the top, and down you have this field. See, this text is showing in the center because we have that CSS assigned to it. I will show you in a while. Leave it. So this was for the optional, right? These are optional. Now I will change this. Oh, sorry, there is one pending. Let me change this field, fourth one, because I think it is already optional floating, right? See, it is optional floating. Optional floating means it will take as much space as much it is there or available space. So if one column is available, it will take one column. See the stretch. If this item is taking 12 columns, right? Because this is floating. Floating means it will float up to available column. So if let's say, for example, six columns are available, like we did above, it will take 6 columns. And it will show long. Sometimes it is good for mobile applications because if you have seen the mobile application, it is on the full screen because these small sometimes hard to click and etc. Okay, now next is floating, and now we have to discuss about this required. Very important. So the first one I am going to assign instead of hidden, required, just required. The second one will be required above. The third one will be required floating. Now see the difference in these three properties because this is normally you will be using. Okay, the first one is, see now due to required you got this static, right? See this red, and in this format instead of static, this there is a on the corner, this is a red, right? This is like on mobile apps. So again, depending on your layout, depending on your data entry screen, you can use the way you want. Now these three items, they became mandatory, and sorry, not mandatory, it is only showing you this static. Now to make them mandatory or a required must, you will have to change the property required. So this I did, change value required. See this one, value required, right? So you will enable it. So when you will submit, it will check if any required field is empty, it will not allow you, right? So this required floating done. Now template options. Now this is template. Now in the template, next is template option. Let me go to the first item and template options. In the template option, it says hide password visibility, stretch form item, required indicator, that is static or inline label. This is what you want to show. So let's say, for example, if you have this static, let me change this to inline label, right? Let's see how it will look like. See, this is required. Instead of that static, you want to show required. It depends on the type of users or the type of screens or the way you want to develop it. But this is how it is. So I'm just changing this back to default. Item pretext, the display as block, item post text. I will show you what is item pre and post. These are margins, top left margin, item spacing, display text style, bold, normal. Now these are the settings, right? So I'm not going to spend time on this further because you can explore. In the appearance, now again you have CSS classes, you have icons. So let me go to this item and let me show you the icon. See this FA dash chevron dash right. Okay, this is an icon. What is this icon? This one. This on the left. This icon, right? You can display something else as well, like for the password you can display a key. So just a visual sort of look. Okay, format mask. Format mask is this. You can apply certain formats on your items. Now the point is just keep in mind as a developer, don't do settings at the lowest level, like at items level. If you need to group them or class them, or you should apply at region level or page level or application level, the highest possible. So later when you need to change, you can change one setting, it should change across the application. Not you have to open each item and then you have to, no. Never recommend it. So even format mask, so let's say for example, if you have a date format mask, you should do at application level. Yes, if very rare case, if you want something differently at item level, yes, then fine. But try to be, I mean, do some things like at centralized level. Rest is up to you. So this is width. You can change the width of width 30 characters. These are characters, right? Value placeholder. Enter with love. This is the text I was showing there, right? Why you need it? So let's say, for example, you are not giving any prompt or title, label, whatever you call it. So you can use this one. So if I will show you, sorry, see this I am text field here, and if let me show you this one. So if you will hide or don't show this first name, you can just have this text here. So user will know what I have to enter here, right? So let me, okay, this quick, just another tip. You can, if I want to open, let's say for example, this, I want to check the properties of this item. I will click this quick edit and I will click this. It will directly take me to the relevant item. Okay. Now in this, let me change this to hidden. Let's see what will show. Okay, I have hidden. Enter with love. So this is a field information, but when you will type it, it will not save. See, it got replaced, but when it is empty, it will show. This is how it is. So this is also an important, and let me make it optional floating. Save. A value required we already discussed. Maximum length you can set it. Okay, again advanced custom attributes. So let me show you the custom attributes. I think I had added over here. Custom attributes. Where was there? Let me show you. Yeah, this is custom attribute. See here. Style, background color, text align, center, right? So due to this custom attribute, you got this central alignment. Up to you. See this central alignment. You want to do it, you don't want to, it is up to you. Advanced this. Okay, pre-text and post-text. I was showing this pre-text here, right? This is pre-text. Let me refresh this and quick this. Let me show you here. You can even have this ampersand and current item name. You can take the current item name like this. I just took for the example, nothing else. You can do something else, or if even you don't want, you can just remove it. It is not mandatory. Okay, save. Now let me enter something and refresh. See this warning? Because I had entered something, now it is telling me you have some changes, you haven't submitted, you haven't saved. Reload. So this is a warning, right? Let me show you how to enable or disable it. So on the items, let me show you where I was. Sorry. Yeah, this one. Warn on unsaved changes. Ignore. So if let's say, for example, you have 5 items, you have to select this, ignore, then any changes in that field will be ignored, right? So let's say, for example, if I make change, I'm just, because I will not make changes in any other field, so I will change settings of the text item 1. Page default, ignore. Let's see now. Now, first let us refresh this. So this is my first, right? So I'm changing it. Now, if I refresh, it should not ask, right? I got refreshed. So this setting is also important. Sometimes you will be trying to find what is that setting, why I'm getting this alert. So this is the warning on unsaved changes. So if you don't remember, you can type here. If you don't remember the property, you can search here. Let's say, for example, warn, see, save, right? So this way you can also search, right? Okay, let us move next to the next property, which is source. This one. Source is form region. That is when you have a form region, it will show. So if a region is linked to a table, right? So then it will show here, and type, it will show what kind of source it is, and used, always replacing any existing value in the session state. These are the settings. And when you will create, it will be automatic, nothing to worry about it. Default, another very important property. Why I'm saying this one? Because you need to assign sometimes default values. So in Oracle Apex, you will have uh, date fields, right? And you want to display the today's date by default in the field, right? It's possible. So you will have to come here. This is, I had even requested Oracle Apex team to give some maybe tick or something. I don't know why they were not feeling confident or comfortable to add such options. They were saying zones, this, that, but at the moment you will have to do this one. So you will go to expression, sys date. This is how you will enter. And then it will show you the current date. But for text, you will say this static. And let's say, for example, you want to display any, let's say, for example, in the country default, you want to show the country name. You can show like this, Pakistan, or any country whichever you want to. So this is the default settings, right? You can even take using SQL query from any table. You can have function body. You can have even sequence as well. You got it? So if you have a sequence, you can assign over here as a default value, which you can change. So when it is loaded, first time the value will be assigned of that sequence. You can use that sequence here. Okay. Next, session state storage. Per session persistent. So these are the sessions how you want, because on the back end in the sessions, Oracle Apex is keeping these values. Otherwise, you cannot access them or save them in the table. So these are the session states per request. Per request is, let's say, for example, if you are submitting, it will be a one request per user. So these are the settings for the session. Quick picks, another important, I would say, property, but I don't know you want to use it or you don't want to use it. quick picks, right? Show quick picks. Let me show you. I had enabled somewhere. It is the last column, right? I think this one. So I will show you the same. When you will enable it, I just assign this one label, value, label, value. But these are, you will have to type up to 10 quick picks. So these are the quick picks. This one, gender. Or you can have something else where you don't want to type and you can give them this option. See here. So even you can change, value can be different, display can be different, up to you. So, I mean, it is your choice. Okay, quick picks, and then server side condition, another very important property. This you need to use it to have better controls. You want to allow something, uh, you want to hide, you want, I mean, this is where you will have that control. So for example, let me go to first field, text field. Let me show you how it is now. See, some other field is changed, so it is giving you this. Let me check if we can have at page level. I don't remember SAV. See, so instead of single item making this setting, you can have at page level warn on unsaved changes. So I'm just disabling it. Now it should not ask in any field because on page level I have, sorry, and let me refresh it. So now it should not ask because at page level I have disabled it, right? So this is another tip of the day. Let me go to this and I will make it required floating. Save. This is the first item. Down will be the server side condition. So instead of required, let me change this to optional because I want to, play with it. You shouldn't be confused. So I'm saying expression 1 is equal to 2. Now just think. Is this true? This will never come true, right? This will always be returning false. Now, what will happen? Here, this is my first field, right? Let me change its name. This one. So this is my, let's say, for example, full name. I'm just saying full name. This is my label, right? Full name, right? Where is full name? Let me change that property to bring it back at least once. Okay, now instead of doing this one, I will make it 2. Right? This is, so this is sort of rendering. Rendering means when this metadata of this page is loaded, it will check, this is server side, right? That's why it is called on the server side. It will check if this condition is true or false based on your type of your condition, right? It can be different. You can even, let's say, for example, you can have an SQL rows return. So let's say, for example, if you have allowed this user, for example, you have an security matrix where you say that this field should not be allowed to this user. Even you can do at that level. It is up to you. So these are so many the conditions. Never means disabled. I mean, it will always show. This is, I don't know why it is there, but because this, okay. No rows return. This is another SQL. You can have this SQL function body. Request is equal to value. Request means button pressed. Which button was pressed? Which was the request? Request is a button value, right? So let's say, for example, submit. So request is equal to submit, or request is equal to delete. So that part is called request. Item value. It can have item value. You want to check item not equal to value. Item is null. Item is not null. I mean, these are so many conditions, just like you are having in Microsoft Excel. You can, like, okay, current page is equal to this. So there are different conditions, right? And if condition is true, keep in mind, if condition result is true, then this page item will be rendered, means it will display. If condition is false, in this case, I'm saying this condition will always be false, right? And then this page item will never be rendered, means it will never display or show on your page. Full name disappeared. So this is conditionally showing or hiding your items. Okay. Next, read only. Again, same like condition. If you want to conditionally make a field read only, you can use this option. So let me first enable this. Let us do this one, read only. Let's say I'm saying always. Okay. So our first field where when it will show, it will be read only. You can't type. You can't change, right? I'm typing it, but nothing is happening because you can conditionally do this one. Let's say, for example, you want to allow to certain users based on authorization matrix. You can do that one from the table. So up to you. Function body requests, again, all those almost same like the type server side condition, right? You can do this one. Security. Authorization scheme. I think I have separate video on authorization schemes, but you can have your own authorization scheme recommended to have authorities. Administrative rights must be a public user, not administrative rights, things like that. It will come here and then you can select. So let's say, for example, if administrative rights are there, then this page item will only show to the administrators. Any other user will not see this. So if I will keep this one, administrative rights, so if a user is member of administrator, then it will show, else will not show. Since I'm admin at the moment, so it is showing. If I was not admin, a normal user, this field will be hidden. Okay. Sorry for a bit lengthy, but this is really important topic. And without text items, you can't develop anything, right? And there are so many properties. Again, session protection. So unrestricted, it will not have the checksum. Checksum is protection. So let's say, for example, you are submitting, taking value from one page to another page. So if you are having checksum enabled, let's say application level, or there are different levels. So what it will do, it will have that sort of security in place. So it will take that item, maybe name, values. It will sort of you can say encrypt, or calculate a checksum. I'm in a simple words, I'm not giving you exact, but in a simple words to understand, it will calculate a checksum. Let's say, for example, it will take the value, name of the field, it will take the value, it will take their uh, uh, maybe base 64, it will divide. I mean, I'm not giving you exact conversion of the checksum, but then it will check when it is received over there, that this checksum, because it will recalculate the checksum. So sender checksum and receiver checksum both should match, right? So let's say, for example, I'm just giving you an example. From the sender, it is 80 characters, right? 80 characters. When received, it is not 80 characters. It is 1 plus or 1 minus or whatsoever. That means something got tempered, right? This is a checksum. So encrypted session state. See this one. In the session, it will be encrypted values. Restricted characters, all characters can be saved. Okay. So even you can allow, so let's say, for example, allow only A to Z and 09. So no other characters will be allowed. See? Simple, right? Okay. Help. Important, another thing. Inline help and help text. So this is inline. If I will show you, this is inline, which will show below your item. right? Text item below your text item. But this help, this is lengthy help where you want to display using this interrogative sign or question mark. So once user will click it, it will show this pop-up. So you can have lengthy help over here. Okay. Next is build option configuration. Commented out, not commented out. So these are normally when you are working, uh, when you will comment it out, it will not even export it or runtime. You can check this one because there is this build option is there in, I think in the workspace utilities or somewhere or shared components. You can check that one. Comments is, let's say for example developers, or they can have these comments. This column is very important column, so please do not change any property of this column or field or what's on text item, right? That's it. And then changed by audit information, changed on the last change when it was changed last time. So this is audit options, right? So these are the properties of just text item. Uh, if you feel we need to cover other items the same way, because for other items now properties to be discussed will be less as compared to this, because we have discussed so many, so this will not require to discuss again. So then we can have separate videos for each uh, item type. There are so many. So we just covered this one, text field, because this was very important. And without this, you can't have any entry form, right? Okay, so this is how it is. You can play with these settings and you can, okay, there is another one. Let me show you uh, uh, custom. This is, I just entered here, copy. Where is that? Just a moment. Yeah, custom attributes here, right? So let me show you. Okay, instead of this one, I will create another, create page item. By default is this, read only. Because that conditional read only, sometimes it will not allow you to save data or assign data. So there is another option to keep fields read only. So I will just say custom attributes read only. Okay, let us see. This one read only, right? Now I can't type in this. This is read only. This will always be read only. But it will assign the value when you are taking from the table. If you have this region as a um, form region. So let me assign a default value so you can see as well what I'm talking about. DEF default, this static, this is read only. Because end of the day it is HTML, right? Oracle Apex is just running HTML. Okay, see, I can't. Enjoy, read only. Just you can come to custom, this one, read only. Or you can say read only is equal to double quotes read only. The way it is here, this one. Copy, control V. Read only is equal to read only. custom attributes. Same. Read only, right? See, this week I can't do anything here. Okay. I think I have covered this text item today. Web page item, text item. It's a page item. All are page items. So this is a text item. And now you can use or try these different properties the way I've tried to explain or I've explained. So you can find the usability of each property. And until you will not use it, you will not understand it properly, right? So please share your feedback. And if you feel still any other part or anything else need to be covered, we can have a separate video on this. Thank you very much and Allah Hafiz.